So what happens when you pair a feisty marmoset monkey with a couple of mongooses, who, by the way, are built to take down snakes? Here, at Daktari Wildlife Orphanage near Kruger National Park, lies the answer. Make way for the mightiest of tiny primates, Thor. Now this little dude might only be half a foot tall, but mess with his pals and he'll go all God of Thunder on you.
He'll come and jump on the cage, he'll scream, he'll raise his eyebrows, bare his teeth, he will square up to you and try and threaten you.
Whoa, 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 little friend. What's with all the hostility? Well, let's rewind the tape for Thor's origin story.
Thor was actually born at Daktari. His parents had been kept as pets by some locals in South Africa, but when they couldn't keep them anymore, they surrendered them to Daktari.
This place is all Thor's ever known, and when his parents passed away a few years ago, he became the last marmoset on site. For a socially motivated creature, it's a tough road to walk.
We do think he gets a bit lonely sometimes. That means that he does tend to seek out other animals for comfort and hugs.
And boy does he ever! Thor roams free at Daktari, in search of homies to hang on to. Like with this baby Nyala.
He used to sit on his back and groom him all the time. He gets very intense with one animal for a little while.
But then, someone else came along and changed everything. Or better put, some ones. Django and Teddy, a duo of baby-banded mongooses.
Come on, let's go. This little one is Teddy. He's about 2.5 months old now. So he came in super young, maybe 2 weeks old. His eyes had just opened, and the volunteers were feeding him milk every few hours.
Once Teddy developed a little strength, Django strolled in to play. Well, that was the idea anyway.
It was a little bit difficult when we first put them in together. Django was bigger than Teddy, which meant that he bullied him a little bit. But eventually they became really good friends, and now they cuddle up together every night to sleep.
Two's company, but is 3 a crowd?
Nah.
But it looks like Thor thinks Beth might be.
The sound he's doing, the chattering, is an aggressive sound. So he's not happy. The second I step away, chattering stops and he enjoys the mongoose again. He's acting essentially as a guardian.
A fitting role to play. But why these guys?
I think Thor's friendships with Django and Teddy comes from the fact that they were so small when they came in. They could have potentially looked like baby marmosets to him, which could have drawn him into their relationship a little bit more.
Also fitting. See, unlike most primates, male marmosets help raise their young. So Thor acting as a mongoose protector could be his fatherly instincts kicking in. And while mongooses are known to be nasty to neighbors, they're very territorial. They're actually often friendly to strangers. Typically kept apart by their enclosures, today the trio gets to break from the norm and really hang. Just like us, play is an important part of marmoset life, and young mongoose life too.
Thor is acting a bit crazy. The mongoose keep biting him, although very gently. They're pulling his tail when he tries to run away, and generally just having a great time. The way Thor's jumping around right now, he's got a massive smile on his face, and he's obviously really, really enjoying his playtime.
It's clear they're having a ball. In fact, that face Thor's making, it's actually referred to as play face, and it's been observed in many primate species. A relaxed open mouth displays a willingness to engage in fun. But even the best of times must come to an end eventually.
Unfortunately, as the babies get older, they're going to get a bit too big and rough to play with Thor, so their time playing like this is limited.
As Django and Teddy develop their survival skills, the plan is to get them integrated into a more traditional pack, so they can live free. It's a fate Thor won't be able to share with them. He'll have to find a new friend group. But with 80+ animal residents here to choose from, it's a good bet he'll recruit some new Avengers in no time.
A family of mongoose and a meerkat. The animals are related and they even kinda look alike, but they'd never lived together in the wild. So what gives? Well, let's start with Cameron. the meerkat. Destined for life as the odd one out, she's actually become the odd one in. When she was only 6 months old, Cameron and a mate were brought here from a wildlife rescue that had run out of room. They were to be released on a private reserve, but sadly, her mate died, leaving Cameron all alone. There were no other meerkats to keep her company, but there were 5 mongooses of a similar age. Could their similarities outweigh their differences?
Meerkats, like banded mongoose, are highly social animals, and their survival depends on being social. She grew up with the original 5 mongoose that we had, so she is part of the family, a little bit the odd member of the family, but member of that family.
I mean, come on, who doesn't have a weird aunt in the family? But every now and then, that aunt finds a way to shine. For Cameron, that's usually around mealtime. For the mongoose fam, food's priority number 1, but veggies won't cut it. Fleshy worms, grubs, and insects are on the menu. Hey, a dead bat! Bonus! But while the rest of the clan are digging in, Cameron has a job to do. She's the sentry, or the lookout. Meerkats live in open desert areas where predators, particularly birds of prey, are a constant danger, so someone is always on guard duty. To allow the group to eat in peace, the sentry must be on high alert. Looking out for her family is what Cameron was made for, even if they happen to be of a different species. Bellies fully loaded, the family's ready to move on. It's a grab-and-go type breakfast for our little lookout, but she's cool with that. After all that eating comes, you guessed it, dozing. And when it gets hot, post-meal naps turn heavy. So Cameron's still on the clock. Oh geez, getting sleepy. Lucky for her, the mongooses begin to stir. Finally, Cameron can take a break. Now awake and full of energy, next on the agenda, fun. Play bolsters the bonds between family members. Even though she's exhausted, Cameron can't resist getting in on the action. And there's an added benefit to all this close physical contact. Scent sharing. Every member of the family has the same smell, helping them identify one another. Even in Cameron's case, her mongoose brothers and sisters don't see or smell her as a meerkat, she's simply one of them. She even steps in as the babysitter from time to time. See, Cameron's been one of the family for 6 years, and in that time, her mongoose family members have multiplied, from 5 to 50. Banded mongooses typically help each other raise kids, and so Cameron's got her little hands full. But it's a small price to pay to be everyone's favorite aunt.
Cameron doesn't have youngsters of her own, so she can help other mongoose to raise their children. If there wouldn't be for the mongoose, she wouldn't have a family. So she gets what she actually needs as a highly social animal. She has a family, this is a surrogate family, but in her eyes, I suppose, it's perfect. She might speak with a meerkat accent, but she thinks she is a mongoose. And they consider her as being part of the family.
Guess the moral of the story is, if it kinda looks like family and kinda smells like family, and heck, if it puts in the work to help feed the family, well then, that's what you call family.